What's up, good people? But you know good. Good morning, good morning. Y'all ready? I'm ready, man. I don't know if y'all ready. Got my batteries recharged. Man, nothing like getting recharged, fired up. Good morning, Robert. Yep, you already know, brother. That time to put the hipness on the shelf. There we go. Let's do it.
Shit on the shelf, cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. Might not have to see the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf, cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. Might not have to see the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help.
Money, money, money. Why you
There's nothing wrong with being wealthy.
I know you know.
Like Kanye West says, having money is not everything, not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. You don't like money so much, why you get up and go to work? Yeah, that's how you do get up off one of the things that we think you got to say. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for my family. Not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. Cortez.
Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Line with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Doing my absolute best to bring practical, proven wealth building strategy to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. Coming to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, the Black Wealth Movement is shifting into entrepreneurship mode for the last 4 months of the year. If you are looking for a business opportunity that will generate 30 to 50K in the next 12 months, working from the comforts of your home, then you want to partner with the Black Wealth Movement. I'm going to run that back because some of y'all still a little asleep and y'all didn't hear it. If you want to partner with a group of wealth strategists that will help you generate another 30 to 50K in the next 12 months, working from the comfort of your home, you don't have to leave your job. You can do this. If you can find 2 hours per day to work intensely with my team, we will help you develop another income stream of 30 to 50K in the next 12 months. Now, if you need 30 to 50K in the next 30 days, go buy a lottery ticket and cross your fingers. This ain't that, right? It's going to take you about 4 months to develop momentum with what we're doing because you have to learn some new strategies. But if you've got the time, I can give 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. I can do this for the next 12 months. It's going to cost you $35 per month to stay plugged in with our team. Maybe a little bit more, maybe $35 to $50 a month because you might want to do a little marketing. You might want to do some advertising, that kind of stuff. But we will teach you how to generate an extra 30 to 50K in the next 12 months. If that's something you're interested in, I want you to text I'm ready. Text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. Now, if you're not ready, don't text me. I get texts from people, I call them and they won't pick up the phone. That means you're not ready. Don't get excited because this ain't hype. This ain't something that's going to go away. If you want to work with us next year when you're ready, fine. We can work together next year. If you're not ready, don't text me. If you're ready, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you want to make some changes, you want to transform your life, text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. I have 30 slots. I can't work with more than 30 people at one time. So I need 30 people. As soon as I get to 30 people, I'm going to close the door. I need to give them about 2 months of intense coaching and training, and then we'll open it up again. So if you want to be in that first 30, then text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. Do me a huge favor. You're checking this out on Periscope. Go ahead and invite your followers. Share this out on Twitter. If you're checking this out on YouTube, go ahead and grab the link. Share it on your favorite social media timeline. But before you do that, click the subscribe button. Click the like button. Leave me a comment. I can see your comment. If you leave a comment, it will pop up on my screen. So if you got a comment about today's show, leave me a comment. If you're checking this out on Facebook, do the same thing. Share with your followers. Go ahead and hit the little icon in the top right so you can get notifications when we go live each and every morning. Today we're talking about 7 myths of personal growth and self-development. But before I get into that, I'd like to let you know exactly who the show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only. If you are ready to get up, get out, and get something, then this is your show. If you are about building a legacy for your family, yep, that's what we do around here. We're about building legacies, man. Generational wealth is about to happen. So that means generational curses are about to end. If that is you, if you bout that life, this is your show. On the other hand, if you're the type of person that got a problem for every solution, please terminate the feed right now. I ain't got time, man. If you're the type of person that's got a problem for every solution, please terminate the feed right now. That type of energy, man, I'm allergic to that kind of energy. So if that's you, you can exit stage left, right? However, if that is you and you're trying to come out of that, right, I get it. We can help. Stick around, right? And I can tell you each and every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, then I want you to take a screenshot, and watch me work because it is going down. Here we go. 7 myths of personal growth and self-development. 7 myths of personal growth and self-development. I think I'm going to go from 7 to 1. We'll go from 7 to 1. Then when I give you the 7 myths, you guys know I like to, if I talk about a problem, then I like to talk about solutions. If I talk about problems, then I like to give solutions, right? I'm just that kind of guy. I'm solution. So we're going to talk about 7 myths of personal growth and self-development. And then I'm going to give you 6 things that you can do to improve your growth and development. Is that cool? Everybody with me? Everybody with me. Type personal growth in the chat if you are with me. I need to know who's with me this morning. I'm a little fired up, man. I don't know if y'all ready today. I'm a little fired up, man. And just a side note, caveat, man. Just a side note. The reason I'm fired up, man, because every day I get more and more clear on my purpose. This is just a side note, right? This could be tied to personal growth and development, but every day I get more and more clear on my purpose. As a result, I get more and more and more fired the heck up, man. Because I get more and more clear. See, yesterday, I thought I saw how I was going to get to be the billionaire, right? Coriel says, where's the green drink? See, Coriel, I'm so fired up that I don't even need the Daily Ultimate right now. I don't even need the green smoothie right now, man. See, every day I get more and more clear on my mission. I get more and more clear on my goals. I get more and more clear on my future and where I'm going. See, yesterday I thought I saw it and it was beautiful and I was fired up yesterday. By the end of yesterday, I saw a little bit more clarity. And I saw even more. See, the way God works is he will show you the end picture, but he don't show you steps on how to get there. But when you get clarity and you really get in tune with him, he will lay out the next 2, 3, 4 steps in front of you. And I'm starting to see the steps and starting to see how they align and starting to get clear. And the more clear I get, the more exciting. Man. All right. So if y'all not fired up, then y'all need to get clarity. Y'all need to go to my YouTube channel or go to iTunes and look for my shows that I did on the 5 pillars of leadership. We talk about clarity a lot because that's one of the things you got to do. You got to get clear on what you're trying to do. Because if you don't get clear on what you want to do, you'll never be clear on the action steps that you need to get you there. 7 myths of personal growth and self-development. Number 7. These are myths. These are things that people believe about personal growth and self-development. Number 7. I don't need that, man. It's a myth. These are things that people think about personal growth and development. They think I don't need it. Number 7. Anybody ever heard that? You're coaching somebody, or you're trying to give somebody some pointers or some direction, and you talk about, man, there's a good book that will help you develop your mindset and help you develop your attitude, or there's a good video training, you want to partner with somebody, and they, man, I don't need that crap, man. It's a myth. Myth number 7 is you don't need it. Everybody needs personal growth and self-development. Right? I'm going to share with you some I'm going to break something down for you real quick here in a second. Number 6. All right, so I get that I need it. So number 6 is people think I need a regimen. I need to have some sort of regimen when it comes to personal growth and self-development. Right? It's a myth. You know why it's a myth? Because you have a regimen. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Number 7 is people think they don't need it. Number 6 is people think they need this super structured regimen in order to grow personally and develop. That's a myth. Why? Because you already have a regimen. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Number 5. I must read and listen to something every day, some positive every day to grow personally and develop. That's a myth. The myth that I must listen and to read something personally, positive every day to grow and develop. That's a myth. I'm going to break down why this is a myth in a second. See, some of you have been taught that if you read, you got to read 10 pages a day on something positive. You got to listen to positive audio every day in order to grow and develop personally. That's a myth. That's a myth. You guys are going to understand here in a second. And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Jerry Bobo and his wife Winter. I was hanging out with some millionaires all weekend long, y'all. See, that's how I like to spend my time, right? See, some of y'all was tailgating all day Saturday, and college football was going on the TV all day Saturday. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing, right? Some of y'all was tailgating all day on Sunday. NFL, this is the first week of NFL or something like that, right? So NFL kicked it. And that's what, you know how I spent my time this weekend? It's about 6 millionaires in the room that I got to hang out with Friday night. I got to eat dinner with them. Saturday morning, I got to listen to them teach me wealth building principles and strategies on how they got there. You guys know I can't be a billionaire unless I first get to a millionaire. I can't get to a millionaire unless I know what millionaires know. I can't know what millionaires know unless I put myself in a position to learn from them. On Sunday, I got to hang out, listen to a few more of them. And then when everybody left, there was a couple that said, you know what, we're going to hang around and just pour into anybody else who wants to hang around. This is a millionaire couple. Said, we're going to pour into some people who just want to hang around, and we'll give y'all another 30 minutes if that's what you want. How many of you guys know that 75% of the room left? 75% of the room left because they had to get home to watch football. 75% of the room left because they had better things to do than to let a millionaire couple pour into their lives on how to become financially successful. Now, y'all know this is judgment-free zone. I'm just telling you what I did. I said an extra 30 minutes of time with a millionaire couple, I'm all for that. And guess what? That 30 minutes turned into like 90 minutes. Huh? What? For free. This is a millionaire couple who runs a coaching program that will cost you about 10 grand to get in a coaching program. I got 90 minutes for free. So I'm not saying that if you love football and you watch football, I'm just saying what I did with my weekend. Wow, I'm so freaking fired up. What got me some more clarity is on your journey, are you doing things? I told you guys my family motto, right? What's my family motto? I'm investing in my future by the way I live today. I'm investing in my future by the way I live today. That means I'm doing things by habit that will automatically produce a harvest down the road by the way I live today. See, a lot of things that I'm doing today that's going to propel me to a billionaire status in the next 10 years, I don't have to think about them. I've made them habitual. I made them habitual. So I live a certain way that's going to produce a certain harvest, a certain return on my investment tomorrow because of how I live today. Not about what I do today, not about how I feel today, not about the things I plan to do today. No, how I live every day. Every day I do 125, 110 push-ups every day. That's how I live because I want this body to be good for another 80 years. Every day I'm putting some healthy, nutritious food in my body. That's how I live today because I need to get another 80 years out of this 43-year-old body. I need to recover from some stuff that I did to this body for about 20 years. I'm trying to recover from that. See, how I live today is an investment in my future. Some of you guys are saying, hey, I'm going to do something today. I'm going to do an activity today. I'm going to read a book today. I'm going to eat an apple today because I know that's going to give me some benefit down the road. No, how I live, my life's habits are going to produce a harvest for me. So that's how I spent my weekend. I don't know how you spent your weekend. So we're talking about 7 myths of personal growth, self-development. Number 4 is I don't have time. Who's heard somebody say, I don't have time to read 10 pages of a book today. I don't have time to listen to an audio. I don't have time to go to a seminar or a workshop. I don't have time to develop. That's a myth. I'm gonna go back down the list and tell you why each one of these are a myth. And then we're gonna go over 6 things that you could do to improve in your personal growth. Number 4, everybody thinks they don't have time for personal growth. It's number 4. Number 3, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. That's a myth because it does work for you. I'm going to prove it in a second. Number 3, it's a myth. Man, that personal growth, that stuff don't work, man. them Jedi mind tricks, man, that stuff don't work. All right. All right. Anybody ever heard anybody say that? Come on, y'all got to talk to me this morning. I told you I'm a little too fired up for y'all this morning. Y'all got to talk to me this morning. Anybody ever heard somebody say that stuff don't work for me? Right? Man, that stuff don't work. All right. I'm going to show you in a second why that's a myth. Number 2, only successful people do that stuff. Only successful people do personal growth and development. Only successful people do that, man. I ain't successful, so I don't do that. Anybody ever heard anybody say that? That's for successful people, man. Man, that's for people. That's for business people. Man, you doing that because you chasing money, man. Man. If you wasn't chasing money, you wouldn't be doing that. Anybody ever heard that? Right? Only successful people do that. That's a myth. That's a myth, right? And then number 1, personal growth is and development is something you do. See, people believe that personal growth and self-development is something you do. That's a myth. That's a myth. You better know it. That's why you on this stream. She said, I want to chase money. I have a problem. And I know what you mean when you say that. You really want money chasing you. So you're chasing the things that will attract money to you, like personal growth and development, like excellence, right? Like relationships and a good network. Because as a result of putting those things in your life, the money is a byproduct of those things. So it's and indirectly you're chasing money, but you're really chasing the things that will have money chasing you. The book I read says, goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. But how do you get goodness and mercy to follow you all the days of your life? You have to live a certain way. You have to love people, right? You have to care about people. You have to help people through the things they're going through. You have to build a network. You have to surround yourself. So if that's how you live, then goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And I don't know if you guys know it, but money is goodness and mercy. He says, I can't read backwards. I know this is because if you go on YouTube, you'll see it right. Facebook does the reverse because of how you have your camera set up. But if you're looking at that sign, it says minimize taxes, eliminate debt, invest wholesale. Now, anybody, this is a side note. We're going to get back to the personal growth. Anybody want to know how they can get 18, 24% return on their money? Anybody want to know that? I told you I was hanging out with some millionaires all weekend. Anybody interested in learning how they can get 16, 18, 20, 24% return on their money? Anybody interested in that? I just want to know. If I can show you or teach you how to understand where to find that kind of return, anybody interested in that? Oh, no? All right, y'all, I'm too fired up. Let me just go through the curriculum. I'm just going to go through the curriculum for today. So, number 1 is people think that personal growth and development is something you do. Y'all ready to break down the myths? Personal growth is not something you do. Personal growth is something that you're doing. I want y'all to hear this. Personal growth is not something you do. Personal growth and self-development is something you're doing all the friggin' time. See, I got this from Dr. Jerry Bobo. Personal growth and self-development is not something you do. Personal growth and self-development is something you're doing all the time. So when I say only successful people do personal growth and development, that's a myth. Why is that a myth? Everybody does personal growth and development. Question is, which way are you growing? Unsuccessful people do personal growth and development. Why? Because it's something you're doing all the time. An unsuccessful person is growing all the time. They're growing broker. They're growing weaker. They're growing weary. Some of them are even growing more ignorant by the minute. And excuse me for being so direct, because they do dumb stuff, right? See, personal growth isn't something you do. It's something you're always doing. So when you hear people say only successful people do personal growth and development, no, everybody does personal growth and development. Some people are just doing growth and development in the negative areas of their life. Successful people are doing growth and development in the positive areas of their life. That's why they're winning. Right? What's another myth? Personal growth and development don't work for me. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Because that habit of procrastination that you're doing, you're developing that every day. And it's working like gangbusters. That's why you don't do anything. You guys see where I'm going with this now? People say personal growth and development don't work for me. Bull crap. It's working like gangbusters. That gossiping you're doing, you are growing and developing in the area of gossip every time you gossip. And it's working like gangbusters, because if there was an Olympic sport for gossiping, you'd be a 12-time gold medalist. So the myth is personal growth and self-development don't work for me. That's bull. It works for everybody. It works for everybody. You just don't realize that it's working, because you don't even realize that you're developing in those areas, right? I don't have time for that. Is one of the myths, right? I don't have time for personal growth and development. Everybody has time, because everybody is doing personal growth and development all the time. So you saying you don't have time for personal growth and development is you actually developing poor time management habits. So you are growing and developing in the area of poor time management. You are doing personal growth and development 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have time to fix your negative habits, but you're still growing and developing every day. So when you say you don't have time for personal growth and development, you're growing and developing your ignorance to time management and the need for that. So when you say you don't have time, that's a myth. We're all growing and developing every moment of every day. Question is, which way are you developing? I got to read and listen to a positive book, read a positive book, or read or listen to something positive every day. I got to listen to something positive every day. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because guess what? When you don't read something positive, or you don't listen to something positive every day, you're still developing. You're just developing the habits that you say you don't want. That's why you don't listen to what people say. You watch what they do. You say you don't want this particular habit, but you refuse to pick up a book that will teach you how to counter that negative habit. Huh? What? Wait. You say you don't want to procrastinate, but you don't want to pick up a book like Eat That Frog that will teach you how to overcome procrastination. So you don't listen to what people say, you watch what they do. So you don't have to read every day. You don't have to listen to positive audio every day to develop and grow personally. You're going to do that by default. Question is, which way are you going to grow and develop? I don't have anything against anybody who spent 3 hours watching football yesterday, but that was part of your personal growth and development. You guys get what I'm saying? I have no problem with anybody who watched 6 hours of football yesterday. 2 games, right? That's 6 hours. Most people watch their hometown game and then they watch the Sunday night game. That's 6 hours. I have no problem with you watching 6 hours of football, but just understand that that was part of your personal growth and development. My question to you is, did you get out of that what you want, what you say you want? Did that 6 hours, did that 3 hours, did that 9 hours help you get any closer to where you want to be in your life? See, that was part of your personal growth and development. Right? And we got 17 more weeks of this. Is that how you're going to continue to grow personally? It's your choice. I need a regiment. You have a regiment. That's a myth. People think, I need a regiment. You have a regiment. Everything that you're doing every day is developing you personally and causing you to grow in one area or another. You have a regiment. Question is the current regiment that you have producing the results that you say you want? You have a regiment. If you read 10 books a day, that's part of your 10 pages of a book a day, that's part of your regiment. You have that. If you don't read daily, that's part of your regiment. And not reading daily is part of your personal growth and development. Chances are you're growing in the wrong direction, but you are growing. You are developing. You are reinforcing negative or bad habits daily, every second, every minute, every hour. So people say you need a regiment for personal growth and stuff. You already have one. Who you spend your time with is part of your regiment, which is also part of your personal growth and development. The places you go on a regular basis is part of your regiment. And it's part of your personal growth and development. Right? The things you consume, whether it's physically, the foods, that's part of your regimen and it's part of your personal growth and development. Question is your current regimen getting you any closer to the things that you say you want? I don't need that. There's a lot of people say. It's a myth, right? You don't need it. everybody needs growth and development. Question is, which direction are you growing and developing? Some of you guys are saying that you want one thing, you're doing something else. So you're growing further and further away from the things that you say you want. So everybody needs to continue to grow and develop. That's our innate design. Question is, which direction are you growing? Is everybody cool with that? Everybody see that personal growth and self-development is happening every day, all day? Every day, all day. You're growing and developing personally. Are you growing into the person that you want to become? Or are you growing deeper into the person that you are right now that you say you can't stand? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Are you growing into the person that you say you want to become? You guys know I talk about this all the time. This iteration of H. Cortez, I met this dude 5 years ago. And I had to grow and develop into him. Are you growing into the person that you say you want to become? Or are you growing deeper into the person that you currently are, who you say you can't stand? You guys know that certain snakes, as they grow, they outgrow their skin, right? So they literally have to shed their skin, right? But I don't know if you guys realize that is a painful process. I want you to think about something. If you started to grow beyond your skin, that's just like if this shirt was tight and I was constantly growing, which I am because I be doing my push-ups, right? So eventually this shirt is going to get too little because I be doing my push-up, right? So if I'm constantly growing, this shirt is going to continue to get tighter and tighter. How many of you guys know that the tighter the shirt gets, the more uncomfortable it's going to become? But it's my skin, so I can't just change shirts and get a bigger shirt. This is my skin. So as it continues, as I continue to grow, it continues to get more and more uncomfortable to the point that it starts to hurt. It starts to cut off circulation. That's what a snake goes through. You know what that snake has to do? That snake has to go and find a tight hold, a stick, or something to rub up against to catch that skin so he can pull it off, and that hurts. The reason people don't grow in the direction that they say they want to, is because to get out of that tight ass shirt, I'm sorry, sugar. My wife don't like me to cuss on the show. She said, Pastor might be watching your show. The reason it hurts, or the reason most people don't do it, because they don't want to go through that pain of pulling that stuff off. Right? The reason people don't grow, because again, inside the comfort zone, there's comfort, there's safety, but nothing ever grows there. Inside the comfort zone, there is security. There is safety. Yes. That's why it's comfy. But nothing ever grows there. So you're either growing and developing into the person you want to become, or you're growing deeper into the person that you already are. Meaning, everything that you do is reinforcing the negative or bad habits that you're comfortable with. Everything that you do is supporting and or reinforcing the negative or bad habits that are keeping you right where you are. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret, man. The H. Cortez of 2017, that dude's a beast. I can't wait for y'all to meet him. I can't wait for y'all to meet that dude. That dude is something else. See, I already met him. And the way I live today is growing me into him. And in 2017, I'm going to be able to introduce y'all to probably the most humble billionaire that you ever want to meet. Because that's who he is. He is a humble billionaire that just loves people. Dude is amazing, if I have to say so myself. I think when y'all meet him, I think y'all gonna say he's amazing too. He might even run for president. You never know. I'm just saying, if one billionaire can run for president and win and become president and do what he wants to do with this country, who knows, man? The Ace Cortez of 2017 might even run for president. He's that cool of a dude. Y'all think Obama was cool as a president? Y'all get to meet him. Y'all get to meet him. So understand that personal growth is not something you do. It's something you're doing. Everybody put that in the chat for me, because my pastor, one of my former pastors, who I used to sit on, he used to say all the time, what you write on a line stays in your mind. What you write on a line stays in your mind. Right? So I want everybody to type in the chat, personal growth is not something you do, it's something you're doing. Personal growth is not something you do, it's something you're doing. Continual present tense, right? I learned a little bit in English, right? Continual present tense. It's not something you do. It's not something you did. It's something you're doing. Continual present tense. All the time. What you write on a line stays in your mind. Right. Trevor Ott says it's like this. Note takers or money makers. Note takers or money makers. Right? What you write on a line stays in your mind. Personal growth and development is not something you do. It's not something you did. It's something you're doing. Continual present tense. The question is, are you growing into who you want to be, or are you growing deeper into who you already are? Are you growing into who you want to be, or are you growing deeper into who you already are? And chances are most people are aspiring to be greater and they want to do something better, but the life habits that they have set up, the personal growth regimen that they're on, is supporting and or reinforcing who they are. And that's why they're stuck, right? So, really quickly, 6 things that you can do to improve personal growth. Right? You want to grow into that other person. You want to grow into the you of 2027. You want to grow into the you of 2022, whatever. Right? Here's how you do it. Number 1, be intentional about your personal growth. Now that you know that personal growth is something that's happening to you all the time, now you have to be intentional. Now that you know that personal growth and self-development is happening to you all the time, you have to be intentional. Right? If it's happening to me all the time, that means when I'm not reading, by default, I'm growing in the opposite direction. If I'm not listening to the positive audio, that means by default, I'm growing in the opposite direction. If I'm not surrounding myself with positive people, by default, I'm surrounding myself with negative people. If I'm not investing in my becoming the person that I want to be, by default, I'm supporting and investing in the person that I currently am or in the person that I don't want to be. Number one, be intentional. So I have to intentionally fill my schedule with things from 11 o'clock on Sunday to 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Because if I don't fill my schedule with something intentional, then I will watch football all day. There's nothing wrong with people who watch football all day. The H. Cortez billionaire of 2027 don't have time to watch no damn football all day. So if I want to continue to grow and develop into that cool cat I was just telling you guys about a minute ago, I have to be intentional in putting things on my schedule that will pull me away from doing things that I really want to do, but I can't afford to do. See, some of y'all can't afford to watch football 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours a week. Let's just keep that all the way 100, as the young folks say. Some of y'all, myself included, cannot afford to take 6 to 12 hours out of your day and sit in front of a TV. Some of y'all can't afford it. Literally can't afford it. I mean the effort that you put in there, you literally cannot afford that. I can't afford it. My bank account says I cannot afford to give up 12 to 15 hours of my life. I don't think y'all heard that. I don't think y'all heard that. My bank account says I cannot afford to give up 12 to 15 hours of my life. See, y'all think y'all just gave up 12 to 15 hours of your day. I just gave up 12 to 15 hours of my day on Sunday to tailgate and watch football. That's 12 to 15 hours of your life. Because all life is time. My bank account says I can't afford that. Because I can't get a return on that investment. I can't get a return on that investment. Now, if you go to Monetize My Life Academy, I've got a video that teaches you how to transform your passions into profits, 7-part series. I think it's $27 or something. And I would teach you how to turn all of that football watching into an income producing activity so you can start getting paid for that. But that's not my thing. So my bank account says I cannot afford to give up 12, 15, 20. Think about it. Pre-game show is an hour. The game is 3 hours. Post-game show is another hour. That's 5 hours in one game. And then some people do that with the pre-game show, the game, and the post-game show of their hometown team. They do that with the pre-game, post-game, and game of the Sunday night game. And then they do that with the pre-game, game, post-game show of the Monday night game. Then they do that with the pre-game, game, post-game show of the Thursday night game. My bank account says I can't afford that. If you can afford it, by all means, enjoy it. I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy it if I could afford it. I'm not even saying that I don't want to do it right now. I'm saying my bank account says I can't afford to. But guess what? The H. Cortez of 2027, that guy's probably going to own a skybox in every stadium. And I'm going to go watch football for real, every Sunday. when I can afford it. With my friends like Craig, because he's building $1 billion empire too. Yeah, I'm gonna speak that for you, Craig. You guys get that? So number 1, be intentional. Number 2, be consistent. Be consistent. Remember, everything that you're doing every day is consistently supporting or reinforcing who you are. If you want to be something different, you have to consistently be doing something that's going to pull you away from that so you can grow and develop into someone else. Everything that you're doing habitually, for the most part, is supporting and or reinforcing who you currently are. And if you are striving to be something different, you have to be doing something different consistently until they become habits. And then by habit, you start becoming somebody else. Be consistent with your personal growth and development so you're consistently growing in the right direction. So if you're intentional about the direction that you're growing, you have to be consistent with those efforts that will get you there. Be intentional, then be consistent. Number 3, you have to be disciplined. Right? Give you an example. I helped to raise my brother's son. Right? My brother was killed when he was 18. That was 21 years ago. This is 2017. Yes, he was killed in 96. So that's 21 years ago next month, October 22nd. So I have to raise his son. Now, his mom, they have a little different parenting style than what I did. So I was raising him Saturday and Sunday. Don't get him on the weekends. And I would break a few habits. He'd get adjusted by Saturday night. By Sunday evening, he's kind of where we want him to be, and he's acting and behaving the way that we want. But then guess what? He goes back home Sunday night. And what does he get? That other parenting style for 5 days. And then I get him again on Saturday. He's reverted back to who he was. So I have to rearrange that whole thought process all over again. Get him to thinking, talking, behaving a different way. And by the time Sunday evening comes, he's like a part of my family. He fits right in with my other 5 sons, right? But then what happens? He goes back to that other parenting style for 5 days. Who's winning there? Who's winning in that situation? Me or his mom? So when you start this process of being intentional and being consistent, it's going to take some discipline. What is my definition of discipline? Is doing that which you know needs to be done when you don't feel like doing it and you're tempted to do otherwise. Doing what you know needs to be done when you don't feel like doing it. For one, I don't even feel like doing it. And then 2, I'm tempted to do other things. When I had the opportunity to sit with Dr. and Winter Bobo yesterday, millionaire couple, want to pour into me and a small group of others, I could have said, man, I got to get on the road, because I was in Memphis. I could have said, I got to get on the road, get back to St. Louis. I ain't seen my wife in 2 days. I ain't seen my kids. I got to get back home. Right? I was tempted by the pull of my family to get back home. I missed an opportunity. I could have said, hey, if I get in a car, I can turn on the radio and I can listen to one of the games on my way home. See, not only did I not feel like staying an extra 30 minutes, I was also tempted to do some other stuff. But the H. Cortez of 2027 called back from the future and said, brother, I need you to sit down right there and soak up anything they're willing to pour into us. The H. Cortez of 2027, that real cool billionaire dude who might run for president, but I don't know yet. I ain't gonna tell y'all. That dude said to me from the future, brother, you don't miss an opportunity like this. We need this. We need this. So I didn't feel like doing it because I was ready to get home to my wife. I was tempted to do otherwise, man. Get in the car on the way home. You can turn and listen to one of the games, man. So you have to be disciplined to continue on the path to your personal growth and development in the right direction. Number 4, focus, man. You have to focus on the things that you're doing, right? You have to focus on the outcome of those efforts. Focus on the outcome. You guys know I'm a youth basketball coach and trainer. And one of the things that I have to keep reminding the guys of is when they're training. I got a freshman who's been training with me for about 2 months. Every time he gets fatigued and he gets tired, I have to tell him, man, that's light work for a varsity player. Now, he's not skilled enough to play varsity, but I have to keep telling him as a freshman, you're a varsity player, so he can see the end goal, and that's what he's going to focus on. So he focuses on the end and not the pain that he's going through in the process. While you focus, see, I've fallen in love with the H. Cortez of 2027. That's why I keep telling y'all about him. Dude, he's amazing. Because when I'm focused there, then I don't see every hurdle in front of me. You guys think the hurdler focuses on the finish line, or he focuses on each individual hurdle? What do you think the hurdler focuses on? Each individual hurdle or the finish line? He knows the hurdles are there and he's got to get over them. And he's already made up in his mind he's going to get over them as fast as he can, even if he has to clip a couple of them. But he focuses on the finish line. So be focused on the end. Who are you becoming through this process? Focus on that as you're going through. All right, I know we're a little over time, so let me finish up. Number 5, be conscious. Be conscious. Right? AB said he did hurdles. He never looked at the hurdles. The hurdles are there. In fact, AB, tell me if I'm wrong. You know exactly how many steps that you need to take from the time you take off in between each hurdle, and you just count the steps and jump. Count the steps and jump. Never even looking at the hurdles. Now, I've never done hurdles, but I know that's the process because I study stuff like that. He knows that when he takes off, there's a certain amount of steps to the first hurdle. He counts those steps, and he just jumps. And then he knows when he lands 1, 2, then he knows that it's 1, 2, jump. He don't even have to look at the hurdle. He knows there's a certain amount of steps to get to the first hurdle. He knows when he lands 1, 2, 2 more steps and jump again. 1, 2, jump. He lands 1, 2, 2 more steps, jump. He's got 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. He lands 1, 2, 3, jump. He lands 1, 2, 3, jump. You don't even have to look at the hurdles. Focus. Be conscious of the growth so that you can reward yourself. So I tell my players, I say, man, we work on the Vertimax a lot, and I work on that vertical jump for the basketball players. So I said, every day, man, I want you to go and try to dunk the basketball. Every day. Why? Because when you see the results of your efforts, that motivates you to go harder and to get better results. So be conscious of, if you are the type of person that usually be quick to anger, but you go through anger management and then something happens that would normally tick you off and you don't get ticked off, I want you to celebrate that because you just got your first result. Celebrate that. Like, dang, 2 weeks ago, I'd have cussed that person up, down, left, right, front, back, in, and out. But today, I'm a different person. Celebrate that. So you be conscious of the growth as it's happening. That's why I said that this H. Cortez today, I met him 5 years ago. So I celebrate who I am today, but then I'm focused on the H. Cortez of 2027. And number 6, be willing to invest in your personal growth. Be willing to invest in your personal growth. For me, I drove to Memphis, put a few miles on a car, stayed in a hotel one night, drove to Tupelo, stayed with my grandma, had dinner with her, drove back up. So I put a little wear and tear on my car, put a little wear and tear on my body, cost me a little money. But the growth, I'm going to be growing residually from that experience for the rest of my life. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to reap residual growth from that weekend for the rest of my life. Because one thing you got to know about the brain is the brain never forgets nothing. You may lose temporarily your ability to recall certain things, but your brain never forgets anything. So I might be the Cortez of 2027 when a certain circumstance or situation happens in my life and it triggers a memory, a nugget that I got from the September to remember. And I might be able to use it in 2027. I will be reaping the residual benefits of that investment into my growth and development for the rest of my life. And then here's where it gets greater, y'all. Because of that growth and development, I have become a new creature, and because I've become a new creature, I'm putting new information into my children. So the investment that I had made into my personal growth and development transformed me into this guy, which created a different type of parent for my children to be around, created a different type of entrepreneur for my children to be around, created a different type of husband for my wife. So forever and generations to come, that investment in my personal development, you can't even put a price on what that's worth. Always be willing to invest in your development. So, really quickly, if you are serious about building wealth long term, I want to partner with you. I'm looking for 30 people to partner with in a financial education franchise. So if you're a go-getter and you're looking for an opportunity, it's $35 to start, $35 per month. If you can give me 2 hours per day to build this business on the side of your job, I can help you create $30,000 to $50,000 in the next 12 months. Is it going to be easy? I didn't say that. Is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. Because in that $30,000 to $50,000, along this journey, you're going to pay off a lot of your debt. Along this journey, you're going to fix your credit. Along your journey, you're going to create some new relationships with some people who absolutely are going to be cheering for you, pulling for you, and celebrating you. You're going to get some mindset adjustment. We're going to help you grow into the person that you need to become. $35 per month, $35 to start. If you're ready for something like that, text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. Again, text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. Now, this ain't no hype and this ain't no false scarcity. I need 30 people because I can only work with roughly 30 people. And I give them intense training for like 2 months. And then once they get solid, I can work with another 30 people, maybe around December time frame. I'll be looking for another 30. So if you're ready, text I'm ready to 314-874-6887. And you just have to trust me, man. I'm not trying to answer a bunch of questions. You're going to have your own financial education franchise. I will send you to a website where you can learn about what we do. If it makes sense, let me know. I'll get you plugged in. You can get into a private Facebook group for these 30. We'll start teaching you right away how to lay the foundation in the first 3 months. Second 3 months, we teach you how to get aggressive with building this business. And then 6 months from there, the residual effects from the first 6 months will start to compound and your income will start to increase week by week. If that sounds like something you need in your life right now, text "I'm ready" to 314-874-6887. That is my personal cell phone number. So when I call you, pick up the phone if you're ready. If you're not ready, text me 2 months from now. Text me 4 months from now, 6 months. That's fine. I'm not going anywhere. This is what I do full time. I'm not going anywhere. No, we're the same, AB. This is what we're doing. We're the same. You already in. You're already on board. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to be working on that. So we're on our team meeting tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this. So if that's you, text "I'm ready" to 314-874-6887. I'm H. Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. As you can tell, I love to help and pour into and empower people, man. And now I want to help you do that in a business so you can start building an asset, a legacy for your family. Till I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it, but you also deserve it. Peace out, people.